Sometimes.
Mostly, yeah.
I guess,
Yeah, something. Okay.
Yes.
So you know about.
I do this all the time. Sometimes I feel bad about myself.
I feel like I procrastinate. I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. You know what I mean?
For myself, I suck at time management. I leave things to the last minute.
How do I plan my day? I have a planner. I like having a physical thing that I can write my to-do list. And I have like a joy of crossing it.
Right.
It's like done. Or like adding. I also have like electronic calendars. Like I use my phone for like reminders and all that stuff. But that's like additional planner, but like I would have like a book that I would write.
I guess I don't know if it's called a framework, but before I go to bed, I would kind of jot down what are the things I have to do the next day, so that I know like, do I have time to even stay in bed for another 5 or 10 minutes?
Okay.
You know, because like, okay, I have a lot of things to do. I should get up at this time, and it kind of like reminds me like of the list, and I like to stick to it. Of the things that I create,
Right.
like the to-do lists.
Right.
It will frustrate me if I cannot complete the list I make for each day.
Right.
Yeah.
No, those things I put in my calendar on my phone.
Okay, so you do have a calendar.
Yeah, but only for appointments.
Okay, like appointments that you can't reschedule.
Yeah. Like if I have to go, I don't know, to the consulate or to the embassy, or I have a doctor's appointment, or I have to meet with one of my mom's parents or one of my mom's friends because I'm considering working with them. In this case, it will be written in my agenda.
But I feel it's good. I'm organized, so I'm very organized, and I always have a list of things I want to do, and especially now because I quit my job. So this year, like for the first time ever, I just have like university, so I have time to focus on myself and like do whatever like stuff I wanted to do before. So I want to go to the gym. I'm trying to go every day to the gym. I'm organized, you know. I feel like I have to create a routine in my head in order to function.
Okay.
Tend to write things down, like 5 things that I have to do, and I write them either a post-it or a paper that I just like put in my desk. And then one of the best things about the day is crossing things out, like highlight it and say I did it and feel good about getting things done. And it's not the same as clicking it
And for me also, like that's important for me. I'm very visual, so I have like a list to do, you know, and like scratching the stuff is very important for me because I see like from 10 I have 7, I have 5, I have 3.
Yeah, that's
you know?
motivating.
Like that's very motivating.
and I have like a joy of crossing it. It's like done. Or like adding.
Now my wife wakes up before me to do cardio at like 6. So I wake up at 7. I usually have a snack, go to the gym for a couple hours,
Right.
and then I come back and I read and do schoolwork from about 10 until 3,
Okay.
depending on degree and what I'm reading.
Right.
Then I go grab the
You have
ingredients.
lunch before?
Yeah, I eat like every 2 hours in that space.
Like usually not. I try not to wake up over 9.
Right.
Eat breakfast. I watch TV when I eat, so
Okay.
yeah. and so I try to start everything by like 10
Right.
work-wise, and
That. You have a routine of waking up at 7:30, right? And you
Before
have
8.
Before 8, yeah, before 8. And then you have a routine.
So definitely morning is very structured.
Yeah.
As in, I wake up, I shower, I brush my teeth,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, after I shower, I put on my clothes,
Mm-hmm.
then I brush my teeth, then I
Yes, I start my day, and it's even a list of like, so like wake up or make my tea or like start, like put things in the oven for breakfast. But then I would have the list of like, okay, like while I'm doing that, like I'm gonna like hop in a quick shower or whatever, because like sometimes I make potatoes, like fry whatever, and that would take like a while. So I would be in the shower. While I'm in the shower, I'm gonna use that time to think of what I'm going to do.
Right.
So. I do have a theory about it. I'm more efficient because there's no distractions. Nobody calls me, nobody texts me. There's no anything that I can get distracted. If you go into Facebook or Instagram, there's three of. I have issue of attention, and I'm not ADHD or whatever it's the name, but I think when during the day I have calls. There's all these distractions around that they distract you, obviously, but like to get things done that you have to do, for me it's easier to do it at night. So either mostly when it's creative or something that you're doing from zero that you have to think about it, for me it's easier to do it when there's no distractions around you.
I would say like Facebook, things like that. Notification on your phone, once you click into it, drags you away for like half an hour.
Right.
But usually once I start drawing, put on the non-lyrics music.
Yeah.
I would be like, I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Okay. I use on my computer. There's an app called, I forgot, but I told you about it last time. No.
That blocks.
The website. It's an like app block or something.
Oh, yeah.
And so I would turn that on, remove Facebook, remove series, remove all of the website that I usually use as distraction. So like yesterday we went, we got the book, and we thought that when we're gonna read the book. Instead, we chilled and we watched Grey's Anatomy, and then I went to my friend's house. So I didn't read the book yesterday because of the show, because it's easier. You don't have to do anything, you just have to watch, right? So no. And put the timer, so maybe like 3 hours where I don't, and go to the library. The setting is important to me. Like, I have a harder time setting at home than at the library.
If I'm home, I'm like, okay, like now I can eat something. So I go and I open the fridge.
And you have
Or
your
like-
bed, and you can sit on your bed.
Exactly. I'm
The
like,
bed
okay,
is
my back is
great.
hurting me. Like, let's go. Or like, I'm like, okay, I'm in front of the TV. I can turn on the TV. I don't want to do that. Let's go to the bed. I go to the bed. Like, I lay down. I'm like, oh, I'm so
And then you take your
comfortable.
phone.
I take my phone. Look, you know what I mean. So if this happens, because like it happens a lot of time, I go somewhere else. I go.
going to sleep, whether that's at midnight or at 1 p.m. or even 2 p.m.
AM.
a.m. Yes, right.
Doesn't really.
Doesn't affect me
Okay.
that much.
I know that I'm very efficient during late night, say 11-ish or midnight to like 3, 4, 5 a.m. And I have no problem staying at that hour, like working, and I'll be super focused. I have the feeling that I get things done at that time. I think I'm pretty.
其实如果说谈到你的睡眠状态，就是我会想说，哎，我希望把这个睡觉从11点到几点，是我完全不知道。我就常常觉得可能我1点想睡觉，可是我还会玩手机玩到2点到3点。OK，那你这个2点到3点，这个在干嘛？我在那边看小说。
看小说？
当然，小说因为有时候小说这种东西是你看就觉得好看，科
Yeah，
幻小说你看就奇
你会在手上看小说
怪。
？OK，
然后另外一部分的话，我发现就是因为我现在给自己每天的目标就是要完成 Apple Watch 里面就是1万步，然后甚至我会希望说现在加入更晚些的是我喜欢的课程。因为我现在课程其实晚上，然后也只是会晚上在运动。
Because you like all the plans in your mind, right? It's not on you.
It's like when you save up money for a vacation, you spend it. You did it to spend it. Like, but you get upset when you see the money go sometimes.
Right.
So like I plan buffer time because I know my plans are not going to go as planned.
Right.
In the army, we have a saying that the best plan is screwed up. Like it's basically a plan is great until first contact. So until someone shoots you, your plan is perfect. Then everything goes to shit.
Right.
So I know whatever I put on paper is probably not going to be the result. But I hope that it's 80% right. And then I plan for 20% buffer.
And you were born like that all the time, or you taught like that?
Yeah, well, I probably learned from my mom too. Like when she planned a vacation when I was a kid, every day would be planned out with a timeline. We'd have a little itinerary, like where to be, when, timeline. My dad was always like 30 to 45 minutes early to work.
Right.
We're both high school teachers. So.
It depends on the task. If I have to read 20 pages, like if it's the content that I know that I go through like nothing, like it's not a lot of buffer, but like if it's something that I flip through and I see that, okay, like this would take a lot of time. So like I would make like, let's say, because I like putting like from 3 to 5, this is when I'm gonna do this. I know that I will finish by 4:20, but those buffer are for like, okay, if I get really distracted or like I really don't want to do this, like, I want to like go around, then that would be the buffer. But usually, I guess the standard would be like half an hour.
You give half an hour buffer.
Like buffer, so like this task from like would take 2 hours and then we have an hour buffer.
Right.
Or even with like I plan like some days, like I was like, okay, like this is the day that I'm gonna clean, so like I would allocate this time for cleaning and then half an hour just to like, oh well, okay, like hang out and then jump to the next one.
So when you jump to the next one after a break or whatever, do you jump directly? No. So